If you're unaware of this, an HOA refers to a homeowners association, which is basically a mini government within a neighborhood that manages that area to keep it looking nice and maintaining property values. But look, over the past few decades, a homeowners association has become so common in American neighborhoods, it's getting tougher day by day to find a house without an HOA. As a matter of fact, 84% of all single-family homes sold in the United States belong to some sort of a homeowners association, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Now, if you've been a homeowner for a while, you've probably had an experience, whether it's good or bad. So in this video, it's for everyone who is not aware of this rabbit hole, especially first-time homebuyers. And I'm going to give you HOA's history, their power, their impact, and what's going on in the American neighborhood. And in the end, then you can decide if they're a helping hand or a controlling force. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Jerry Pincus. I'm your real estate expert with over 20 years of experience. My team has helped over 2,000 people successfully move. And now I'm here to help you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. So give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. The origin. Now first, let's start with how did these homeowners associations get started in the first place? And what has happened that they're now in control of over 80% of the houses in the United States? Now, homeowners associations started to form way back in the mid-1920s in the United States with the intention of keeping things a certain way in the neighborhood. Now back then, these HOA associations were seen as an easy way to create uniformity and maintain property values within that neighborhood. But at that time, property developers and home builders wanted things to look a certain way and stay kind of orderly. So they created these tiny entities to control the neighborhoods. But soon, people started loving these homeowners associations because they were keeping neighborhoods clean and disciplined. And homeowners associations were keeping property values high throughout these communities. They did this by ensuring everyone cared for their yards and offered cool amenities to that community, such as pools and parks, which attracted a lot of new home buyers. But this trend has continued, and now these entities have become so increasingly common that it's hard to find a brand new community within the United States that does not have a homeowners association. And they're now shaping the landscape of residential neighborhoods throughout the country. Now you may have heard the term, too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. Well, some things are not going how they initially were supposed to go for some of these residents. Because over the decades, HOAs have involved organizations with significant power over homeowners' lives. And now they're controlling a majority of American neighborhoods. That is, unless you live in a rural town, and they're now dictating even the tiny aspects of homeownership. This includes the colors that you choose for painting, the landscaping, parking regulations, pet ownership, and this is all throughout the entire neighborhood. Now, some of these elected board members to the HOA committee, which is made up of fellow homeowners and neighbors, have let the power go to their heads. Have you seen this happen? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I've heard some stories about some HOAs going much further than they should. It's just crazy, like banning emergency vehicles from entering the neighborhood because they're ugly and noisy. And these are not just ordinary suggestions, but they're rather strict rules to follow. Your homeowners association has the authority to make its own rules and even impose fines, and the whole neighborhood is obliged to abide by them. Not all, but some homeowners associations impose fines on literally anything. Now, one lady that I know, she put a brand new roof on her home. It was the same color and the same material that she had before, yet she was fined $200 because she didn't submit approval to replace her roof to that architectural review board in the HOA before she started her work. As I said, not all, but some homeowners associations, they'll impose fines on literally anything. Anything from minor things like a messy yard, or an unkept lawn, or a car parking in the wrong place, or certain types of modification to your house. So being in the right HOA can be a true blessing, but being in the wrong one can be an HOA curse. And now we've seen the HOA's impact on the affordable housing market. Fixed HOAs, which each homeowner pays, can range anywhere from $30 to $100 a month. And some are very efficient and very well run. But we've also seen HOAs that are $400 and up, and a total mess. But it's not about how much the association fees are, because that's not always the way to tell what's really going on. So being in the right community is super important. Why? Because it can be a financial burden, especially for some families. Not only single-family homes, but homeowners associations now control many condos and apartment buildings throughout the country. And some people just can't afford that additional $200 or $300 a month in expenses, especially if these fees are going to increase, and especially when residents are on a tight budget. People choose to live in condos or apartment buildings usually due to affordability. I made a longer video on how HOAs affect affordable homes in the United States, and you can check that out after this video. And I've also mentioned some tips on navigating through your HOA mess just to make it a little bit easier, and I'll leave that link in the comments below. However, there is good news. Now, according to statistics, an HOA can raise your property value by up to 4% on average. But even if this is true, the question is, does this price increase really justify after paying years of fees? What do you guys think? And HOAs are really making the news. Some homeowners associations have been accused of stalking others' property. Now take a look at this, for example, where a homeowner was fined because they had a shed in their backyard that was not approved by the Homeowners Association board. And guess how they found out about this shed in his backyard? Because you can't see this shed from the front yard. When this homeowner asked the same question to his homeowners association, they replied they used Google Maps. Does that sound like spying? Another recent trend that we've heard about is HOAs foreclosing on a homeowner's property. Yes, it's happening, guys. Homeowners associations can take away homes over unpaid assessments or fines. Now, I know of one condo complex that's on the beach where a homeowner never paid their association fee for 3 years. The association filed a foreclosure with an attorney, and that association did indeed foreclose on that unit and take ownership of that condo. It can happen if you don't pay. Now, this authority comes from the governing documents, or the CC&R documents, that a homeowner signs when they're buying a house in a homeowners association community. So you want to know what you're getting into before you buy. And that's why my real estate team will get a copy of the deed covenants, the meeting minutes, and the current budget for our buyer clients before they get involved. And as I said before, some HOAs are really good, and there are others that you really just want to run away from. But knowing which one is what is super important. Now remember, when you buy in an HOA community, some documents can give the HOAs power to enforce the rules and levy fines. And this is why resolving any disputes with an HOA can be very difficult. Another reason is the HOA board members may have legal representation for that community. However, as an individual homeowner, especially if you're not flush with cash and you don't have the resources to hire an attorney to fight any legal battles that are against you. Now, a recent incident involved a family in Florida who was threatened with foreclosure in their HOA for having a backyard swing set that violated the rules. It's crazy, but the family ended up spending thousands of dollars and months in legal time, these legal fights with their HOA. So it is crucial that you thoroughly read your HOA docs carefully before buying a house. And here's another one. This resident fought with the association because he owned a boat and was ordered to park that boat behind a fence in his driveway. He had the last laugh though. He parked his boat behind that fence in his yard, but he painted a mural of this boat on that fence. Now that'll make you take a double take. What do you think about that? So what's the point of all this? Now look, if you're moving to any new neighborhood, any community, any area or city, you don't want average advice. You want way above average advice. This way you can make the best decision for your future. You really ultimately want expert advice, because a real estate expert can help you not only find the perfect house, even a hidden gem, but guide you through the entire buying process. Now, I've seen some real mistakes and some absolutely crazy stuff too. And I'm doing these videos here for you on this channel, but trust me, a video is not going to cover all of the scenarios. And if you live in an HOA community, what was your experience with them? Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know in the comments. And again, if you found this video helpful, make sure you share this with someone that you know who could use it. I'm Jerry with Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts. My real estate team is here to help you find your hidden gem and avoid those pitfalls that are costly. So give us a call at 843-839-9870. And until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys.